Hi, John Tierney here, and I'm in St Mary Cemetery in Athy, and we're going to. This cemetery is connected to the workhouse, which is back behind us over the other side of the Grand Canal. I'm just going to go in here and have a look. I haven't been here before, and I just want to go in and see how we got. Can we see grave markers or graves? So it's a fine limestone entrance, blacksmith's gate. Let's see, she's old enough. And St Mary's burial ground, established 1843. Iron cross there on the left, and it looks like long cloth. There's a cross-shaped pathway when you come in. Central path. It kind of reminds me of the Carlow one. We're not too far from Carlow. Iron cross there. Alright, it's nicely kept. The grass is nice and cut, and yeah, look, I think we have an undulating surface here, so I'm fairly sure we're looking at graves here now already. I'm trying to remember how to draw a line on this thing. Click on that. Live information, no. Click on that. That's not what we want. If we click on that, and click on that, yeah, okay. So look in there now, there's a great big hollow there. Clear him. And even here below me now, there's a grave there. So this is one of the famine graveyards that the workhouse, which you can see over there, was built in 1843. So this was in use in the middle or during the famine, and then it continued in use afterwards when the workhouse became the county home. So looking at it here now, there's all dark or green splodges which are hinting at being graves. We'd expect that they'd be east-west. Going here now, what's he look like? So there's one there, there's one there, there's another one there. So definitely seeing things. They've planted trees all along the edge inside, really nicely built wall. So we're proper construction here. And again, like there's all these dark hollows. So this is one of those ones I think we're going to have lots of post-famine single graves. And the question then is, how can we differentiate them from the famine era graves? Now the famine era graves were probably either as single graves or, let's say, standard narrow graves. And then if they were used in a mass burial way, then we'd expect them to be longer. And we have them elsewhere in other counties. We have them square, we have them with rounded corners, and then we have them very long as well, 20 metres long, 40 metres long. Whereas I think everything we're seeing here is narrow graves, as we call them. Just wondering what the trees are there. There's beeches planted outside the wall. So the outer, sometimes you'd expect actually that the outer could be an outer burial section, but they're all planted with trees, so that's not the case. Oh, look at this. So there's a collection here of ringed crosses, of iron ringed crosses. Do you know what we have is a yew. There's yew trees here. That one back behind us was a yew, and this is a yew. Yeah, so they've planted the Irish yew, not the fastigiata fella. Um, and he's here now as well. And then here there's a collection. So I'd say they're from the county home, when they buried people here out of the county home. In Mary of Infant Souls from the women's group Athy. So I know they're gathered here where maybe they're associated with children's burials, but I suspect they're actually used as grave markers from the county home. So the workhouse became a public health service. It was after the 1870s or thereabouts. So the associations we have with the trauma and everything of the famine, it changed later on. These are probably 20th century grave markers. They're all of a type, and I bet you the local historical society will know which blacksmiths made these. They're all riveted, so they're all made of the same method. So I say it's the same blacksmiths made them all. Very nice collection. Down past another, and we'll walk down the other side now. Same thing, an outer line, very undulating, alright. So it is maintained, nice short grass, but you can see a rake of single graves all in here. To show. In memory of Pat Donoghue of Carlow. Greg died 1877, aged 27. 1877 with the cross. Okay, so 1877, that means he was buried here out of the workhouse, and then the family came. Maybe the family said, look, we'll bury him there, but the family would have paid for it. So here, just looking at these now again, where can I see hollows? Out there, there. So they're looking sort of erratic, but they're not. You just can't see the pattern. There's one there, there's one there, there's one there. And as you walk up and down, you can feel it undulating, alright? Elders, some modern hedging then on the side. What I'm hoping to see is something that would look bigger. Nearly the best example I've seen of it was down in Cashel, in the workhouse in Cashel. There was a rake of those types of square ones, but they're not here now. Very well organised, very well preserved in Cashel, and here then what I'm seeing is lots of graves, and potentially some of them are bigger and square. Otherwise we're getting lots of, looking to the south there, there's a break of slope along here. Just wondering, could we get long narrow graves, long graves? These look like graves, single graves. There, there, there. So we get that stepping up along. I know there's grave markers in situ here. They've done some kind of central. Grant them, O Lord, eternal rest, and let perpetual light of glory shine upon them. Broken, and they tried to fix it. These lads then, what are they? Late of Tipperary, June 1992. 1990s, so maybe was the county home still in use until the 1990s, and these are what the graves look like. So in this instance there's a ridge, there's a slight hump, and then there's a grave marker, and then there's a hollow alongside him. He's definitely a hollow there. These two, get rid of him. So Francis McCourt, is it? Belly Road, Churchtown, 1985. Patrick Keating, 1980s. The 1990s, 1980s. It was tree lined. Maybe they were What are they? What type of tree can we see from the stump? No, it's looking, I don't know, I don't want to guess, but it doesn't look to me like a yew. Like that's a proper tree ring, and the yews have a different structure. No, it's, I don't know what it is. Okay, is there a chance we have something bigger there? That bridge over there is from the Grand Canal. Yeah, there's very deep ones here now. Best way now to mark them. Select him. And where are we now? Try and draw it again. Select yellow. Select him. There. All along there. There's a bank then, and then you're looking at. So I'm walking down now and up, so that's like the bank, and then down, and there's a grave here. Lots of single graves, no bigger graves standing out. Very big space though, and the hint is that we have the iron crosses there from the 20th century, probably county home graves. I don't think they'll be famine related, but it just goes to show what's all very clear now would originally have had iron crosses on a lot of them, or on some of them anyway. Alright, that's St Mary's now. I'll leave it go for there. If we get a chance now, we're going to call into Abbey Leaks as well. Can't show it now, but workhouse is over there. So you just come out the front gate, you come down the road over the Grand Canal, and you're into this really big. Yeah, it's reminding me of Carlow. It's all right. Remember, I was thinking that was more like a hurling pitch. This isn't far off it in terms of length anyway. It's not as wide. They are conifers, are they? All right, because look, so if those stumps are the remnant, if he's a remnant of what was there, then it's a yew, so they are yew stumps. He's after resurrecting. So that must have been, there must have been lovely. Yeah. Yeah. So an avenue of yew trees here in Athy St Mary's. I'll leave it go for now. Right, slán.